Okay, I'd reached 10 minutes, so I have to start a new video. So a great thing about these are that they are on casters. I'm just pushing this with my foot. They're they're really easy to move around if you need to move around. You need to get in and water them. Okay, and here is my last City Pickers box. And in here, I believe these are Sweet 100s. I had some leftover transplants, and I planted these in the Ultimato stakes. These are doing great. These grow really fast. Here, it's a cucumber plant, and I planted this box way later than I planted any of the rest of those boxes. I planted them maybe a week ago. And this cucumber plant was a leftover transplant that was still sitting in the little transplant containers. It's got tons of flowers coming off of it, but it's small. I'm not sure what that's gonna do, but I believe these are collards here. I don't know. I'm sure this box is overplanted, but I kind of was experimenting with this because just to see what would happen, how many plants this planter could take. As far as spacing and everything, I kind of went by what they suggest for earth boxes, but this box is considerably wider. It's wider than the earth box, or I guess this is wider. It's wider than the earth box. This box is 20 by 24 inches, I believe, and the earth box, I don't know. But the dimensions are slightly different, so I would try to see with this box, I planted more than I normally would, just to see if it would grow. Over here, I bought these self-watering planters from Walmart. Let's see if you can tell. They have the little reservoir down there. I'm not sure how these are gonna work. I don't know. We'll see. For the overflow of transplants I had. Here's a larger one. And I actually, this is a zucchinis that I had left over. I planted these. They have, you know, great flowers popping off theirs. They got little brown edges. We'll see if this one makes it. I don't know. This was sitting in the pot from the nursery for a really long time, and so I don't know how this is gonna do. But this top that's on here is actually the top for the City Pickers. The reason why I didn't plant this City Picker at the same time I planted all the rest of them is because the little mulch cover that comes with it was too small. It did not fit the City Picker at all. It couldn't stretch. It was like half the size. And so I kind of waited around. I kind of tried to find another mulch cover. I didn't really call the company because it wasn't that important. So what I'm going to really just do, I'm going to just put some mulch down or some hay down and do a homemade mulch cover. But because this was too small for this one, I went ahead and put it on this self-watering container, which actually worked pretty good. So that's what I got going on there. Let's see. But everything is doing so good. This is actually my first year gardening, and I'm a newbie. Like, I really just got on YouTube and I got inspired by people like the Garden Girl, Growing Your Greens, and they really inspired me to grow my own food. So this would be an experiment for me, and I hope the information I have can help anybody interested in growing their own garden. This is on my deck right outside of my kitchen, so I can come out here, water real quick. Over here, and I actually probably need to go down to show you better, but I had some cucumbers left over that I didn't have any more space for, so I bought this topsy-turvy. I actually got it at like a salvage grocery store for $5.99, which is great because they're usually like $9 or $12 or something. And it's actually got three cucumber plants in there, and it's been doing pretty well, pretty good. I'm happy about it. It's got tons of flowers. On another video I'll go down there and show you what's going on in there, but that's doing good. It's hanging up on the side of my deck. I water it every day. The city pickers, I do not water these every day because I haven't found that I need to, but how I do water them is I have this hose, my hose. You know, I water them every about 2 days. And what you do is I just turn the hose on and I put it on a directed spray nozzle, and here is the fill tube. You fill this up, put the water in there, and on the side of these city pickers there are drainage holes, and they're basically placed where the reservoir ends. So once you filled up the reservoir, it'll start leaking out on the side here to show you that it's full. And then once you see it leaking out on the side, you stop. So there's no way to overwater these because of those drainage holes. It tells you where to stop, which I think is fabulous. I don't know if you can see down there. Can't really see. There's a little water there. You can't really see it on camera a little bit. But that's basically how that's done. And if you fill it, the soil is moist. There are little areas on the bottom where you push the soil down to where the reservoir is, so it wicks the water up. The soil that I have in here, or the potting mix that I have in here, I actually made. And I didn't make it for any particular reason other than I was going to start a square foot garden, but I decided against it. I thought it'd be too much work for first year gardening, so I decided on some type of container gardening. And then I found these from Growing Your Greens video on a patio container kit. I'll put the link to that video below. I found these and I was all in because this was exactly what I needed. It's movable. If I have a party, I can kind of reposition on my deck. So I'm really excited. Anyways, but the mix that I used was, for all of these planters, I used 2 big bales of peat moss. 2 big bales, which is like 3.8 cubic feet per bale. So I used 2 of those. I used 1 4 cubic feet bag of vermiculite, 1 4 cubic feet bag of perlite, and I used probably about 2 cubic feet of compost, organic compost. And so that was my mix. I made it. I dumped all of my ingredients on a tarp on my grass, and me and my husband went to work mixing it with shovels. It was really hard work, and if I had it to do over with, I would just buy Pro Mix. Because it was so much I was mixing at a time, it took a really long time to really get it mixed up to where I thought it was evenly distributed. But anyways, again, it's May 28th, Saturday before Memorial Day, and here is my City Pickers update, City Picker garden update. I will try to do a video every couple of weeks just to keep you updated on what is going on in my yard, as Growing Your Greens would say. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great Memorial Day.